Hey guys, Mike here. So today, I'm here to talk to you about Dumbo. In this review, I'll be going over a brief summary of the plot, my quick thoughts about the film, and whether or not you guys should go and see it. So I'm going to try and keep this review spoiler-free. However, if you want to know anything about the film, and you want to go completely blind, then it's just come back to this video once you've seen the film. So with that, let's get started, shall we?
Fly, Dumbo. Fly. Baby of mine.
So Dumbo is a remake of the 1941 Disney classic of the same name. In Dumbo, Danny DeVito's character is an MC at a circus, and his circus is kind of failing due to the aftermath of World War I and just people's general lack of interest. So to help try and bring in money at the circus, he decides to buy an elephant. Little does he know that the elephant's pregnant, and then once the elephant actually gives birth to the baby, they find out that the elephant is a little bit deformed because it has bright blue eyes and humongous ears. At first, they decide to just pretty much write off the elephant, just put it in the freak show or something like that. Little do they know that this little baby has a very special secret. So first of all, I want to talk about the main reason as to why I went to go see Dumbo. It's because of Danny DeVito. Now, for those of you who haven't seen Always Sunny in Philadelphia, first off, I recommend that you should go watch that because it's absolutely brilliant. One of the funniest things that's on TV right now. And I believe one of the main reasons why Sunny is as good as it is because of Danny DeVito. And because of this, I was really looking forward to seeing what Danny DeVito could bring to this movie. And in all honesty, I think that he did the best that he could with the script that he was given. Because while he's not bad in the movie, it's just he doesn't really have all that much to do or all that much to say. I think the main reason I found him as funny as he was because I just couldn't stop seeing him like this.
What's up, bitches? I'm a man cheater. You want to do something with this? Ram him! I'm sorry, Ram him! I'm sorry, Ram him! Ram him!
So yeah, Danny DeVito, gotta love him. Though in all honesty, someone who I was actually quite disappointed with in this was actually Colin Farrell. Because when he started to speak, I just heard, Colin Farrell. I heard his, trademark Irish accent. But then, later on as he starts to speak, I start to hear this southern twang to his accent. And I'm there like, wait a minute, is your character actually southern in this? And then as he keeps speaking more and more, I hear the southern accent start to take over the Irish one. But throughout, it doesn't really stay consistent, and every now and then, a bit of the Irish comes in. And for the most part, I found this very distracting. And ultimately, I think it did take away from his performance. Also, Dumbo includes Eva Green and Michael Keaton, who again were both fine, I guess. They didn't really have all that much to do. Eva Green was just there to be there, I guess, and Michael Keaton just plays a stereotypical villain, oh, I'm the bad guy, I have lots of money, that kind of guy. But actually, I must admit, it was quite funny to see Batman and the Penguin on screen again, but in a kind of role reversal. But other than the cast, I would say that the biggest problem that Dumbo faces is the same one that the third Hobbit movie had, where even though the movie is called The Hobbit, he's barely the main focus of the movie, which is exactly the same case for Dumbo. Because for the most part, Dumbo's not really there, and it's not really about his story. It's more about how the humans get on, how they're doing, and how they can use Dumbo to progress their lives. So instead of actually just being a character, he just becomes a MacGuffin, which sadly is a bit of a shame. And I don't know if this is the case for every single Tim Burton movie, but it's especially the case with Alice in Wonderland and Dumbo, is that Tim Burton has this uncanny ability of making bright colours look really drab and really ugly. I mean, when I was watching this, I wasn't thinking, ooh, look at this great Disney magic. It just made me sit there and think, God, I just remember how ugly Alice in Wonderland was. Now, admittedly, I haven't watched Dumbo since I was probably about, 7, 8, 9, something like that. So, I don't really have the best memory when it comes to Dumbo. All I can remember are the famous iconic scenes, and a lot of these scenes from the original Dumbo have made it to Dumbo 2019, but unfortunately, I don't think really any of them were done all that much justice. Now, I don't really want to spoil any of these scenes or say which ones were particularly bad, but I'll just put it to you like this. The scenes that were really emotional in the original Dumbo, they weren't really able to recapture that same feeling. And in other scenes, they pretty much make reference to one of the more racist bits of the original movie, but instead they just kind of just say the lines, and it doesn't really have all that much context, and it doesn't really actually do anything for this one. All it actually did was remind me how good that song was in the original Dumbo. And speaking of songs, other than the one song they have in this, none of the characters really sing. This isn't a musical like the original one was, so I found that a bit disappointing. And also as well, none of the animals actually speak in this. So again, that's another thing that's disappointing. I think Tim Burton was trying to do this thing where he tries to make it a bit more realistic, but this is a movie about a baby flying elephant. You know, it's not exactly grounded in reality. So you can be bonkers with it, you can have animals talking, you can have people singing, but Tim Burton just pretty much decides, nah, I'm not going to do that. Overall, guys, I really wanted to enjoy Dumbo. I remember I really liked the movie as a kid, and, well, I absolutely love Danny DeVito, so something that he's in, I just really wanted to like as well. But I have to say, this Dumbo movie left with just nothing. It didn't invoke any kind of emotion with me. It wasn't all that funny. The emotional beats didn't really hit the highs they probably could have. And I'd say except for Dumbo, most, if not all, of the CGI looked really bad. The performances were okay to mediocre. Though, actually, it was something I did actually miss out. The kids in this movie, like, there's two of them, but you actually probably could have made them just one character because they don't really each do anything that one person couldn't have done, so, you know, you could have just made it one character. And, oh man, these kids were just really bad. I mean, like, I know child actors aren't really all that great, but I do try and hold people up to the same standard. And these kids didn't really feel like they were actually playing characters. They felt like they were just reading lines from a script. But now, as for whether or not you guys should go and see it, honestly, I wouldn't recommend going to see this one. I would actually say just go watch the original 1941 Dumbo, because you'll have a much better time with it. It's just, overall, just the better movie. And as well, we've got at least 2 or 3 more live-action Disney remakes to watch this year, so hopefully they might be a little better than this one. Okay guys, that's my review for Dumbo. If you've seen it, what did you think about it? And what's your favourite live-action Disney remake? Whatever it is, drop it in the comments below. And until next time, I've been Michael. See ya!